Good morning, group leaders. It's Erica here with our weekly update. We have some great things to update you on this week. Please be sure to read the email for full details on everything. But one thing, starting this Sunday, we will have city group leaders that are scheduled to be out in the lobby interacting with people. I'll be scheduling you through Planning Center, so you will see more details about that in the email that the link is attached for this video, so be sure to read up on that. We have our singles events this weekend, so please be sure to let the single people in your life, in your groups, your single people everywhere in the area know that they can come out and enjoy this time with other people who are in this stage of life with them. Amen? Amen. So usually I give you a devotional thought at this time, and today it's going to be a little bit different. I was reminded of a testimony yesterday in the message that Pastor Jimmy delivered. In John chapter 21, verse 10, Jesus said, "Bring all the fish to me that you caught." And Pastor Jimmy was talking about our responsibility as Christ followers to follow up with people that we give the invitation to, that God has called us to be fishers of sheep, it was just amazing how he broke that down. Please go back and watch the video. But fishers of sheep. We are to catch people and develop them and disciple them and inspire them to follow Christ. It goes beyond the invitation. And it reminded me in my life how vital that was. I grew up in the church and I fell away from God in my teenage years. I came back to him when I was 19. And at that time in my life, my aunts, my father's sisters had just started serving the Lord themselves, and I saw the change in their lives, and I saw this joy and this life and this love that was emanating through them, and I was attracted to it. I wanted it for my life. I saw what they had, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's something different about them. I want to know more. And I used to spend more time with them, and I used to invite them out to lunch waiting for the invitation. And finally the invitation came. I went to church. I gave my life to God, but it didn't end there. Because when I gave my life to God, I was in such a fragile state in that moment because I changed everything. And for me, in my life, everything changed in the moment where I surrendered to God. And all of you know, when you're in moments of transition, it's kind of a vulnerable time for you. I'm so thankful for my aunts that went beyond just the invitation, and they took me under their wing during that time of transition in my life where I was getting my feet shirred up to follow Christ. They made sure that I went to group with them. I went to city group. I went to groups. We had small groups at our church. I went to groups with them. I went to lunch after church with them. I hung out with them. Anything that they were doing at church, they invited me to come with them. I was with them all the time. They spoke life into me. Those moments became so precious to me because they spoke life into me over and over again. And I'm so thankful for that. So please remember, when we invite people to follow Christ, when we invite people to come into the community of God, it's new. It's a transitional time. We need to be there not just to invite, but to continue to follow through. Jesus asked Simon Peter, "Do you love me? Then feed my sheep." Feeding someone requires thought. It requires intentionality. If I want my children to be healthy, I don't just give them little Debbie snacks. I provide a meal for them. I feed them. I make sure that they sit down. I make sure they wash their hands before they eat. I make sure that they eat and not just scarf it down so that they don't choke. I make sure they process it. I ask them, how is the meal? Are you still hungry afterwards? Do you need something else? I'm attentive to the needs of my children. Are we being attentive to the needs of those that we're extending an invitation to? That's what God's calling us to. So be inspired, draw inspiration from the one who feeds us every single day. He will provide all of your needs according to his riches and glory. Take that for you, and while you do that, walk it out with somebody else. Don't walk alone. Walk it out with somebody else. Ask God, who can I help, not just with an invitation to come near to you, to come to church and find out more about you, but who can I walk with? Who can I walk with? Who can I help in their journey to follow Christ? I tell you, I would not be sitting here the person that I am today without the follow through of my God-loving aunts. Who can you do that for this week, this month, this year? Who can you begin to do that now, that a year from now they can be sitting in a chair and saying, oh my gosh, thank God for this person. I'll be saved now for 19 years. It's going to be 19 years. I thank God for the time and the follow-up of my aunts in my life. Who can you do that for? Ask God, who can I do that for? I love you. Have a great day. I'll see you this week at different groups. I'll be visiting different groups this week, so I will see you around. Please share the stories of life change in your groups. We want to hear them. Have a great time. Bye.